Welcome back to the Toxic Splash channel. Got another great video for you today. Let's get into it.
If you're ever curious if they like you or not, I live by the hickey rule. If they are okay with you giving them a hickey, maybe we'll let them pass if it's like the neck, but like anywhere below, like shoulders and down, if they get very, very mad, also like the scale of how mad they get matters. If they get super, super, super mad, there's already someone that they're ready to bag that they want to be in a relationship with. If they get kind of mad, you can
try to figure out, but in general, you know that
you are winning if they do not give a fuck. They don't care if they go to a bar tonight and someone sees that they have a hickey. They do not care if they do not bag that person because of it, because they think you are the top of their perspective people. Like that's how you know.
Yes, I too at some point was thinking, oh man, this girl is definitely gonna lose a finger, a thumb, maybe a hand. But despite her unusual knife skills, I would say she has some valid points. A hickey is often a marking that kind of says, hey, I'm really intimate with somebody else. But especially these days with the roster dating dynamic, the last thing you want to do is alert your roster that you might be more intimate with somebody else than you are with the other individuals. So yeah, I think she has some valid points.
perspective.
So I'm at the marathon, and you can search up anyone's bib number to find out who they are, and it's a really great way, instead of going on dating apps to try and meet someone in real life. Just see who's hot, and then give them a text. Take down the pins of someone you like, and it's great.
So I found this approach to be a little bit creepy, where you go and get the people's information. It is public after all, but you get their names, you get to see what they look like. He's pretty much treating it like it's a dating app, which is fine, but I just found it to be a little bit creepy. Then again, hey, maybe this is something that's common in the runners community. I don't know. You guys let me know.
What's it been like dating in New York?
I think everyone's dating about 6 people at once. No one can commit. And I've dated in London as well. London is the complete flip opposite. Everyone just sticks to like relationships and they do not get out of terrible relationships for years. They're like too afraid to try new things. But New York, we're all wanting to try new things. If one more person in an open relationship asks me to date them while they're married, I'm gonna scream. That's the new thing of the summer. It's happened like 3 times this week. I'm like, stop, you're married, stop.
Whoa, that's wild.
Yeah.
So I think this is a pretty common dating experience in 2023, especially if you're on dating apps. There are so many choices on there, especially if you have a paid version of the app. Within a 50-mile radius, you could be swiping on thousands of people. This typically creates a deceptive, inflated perception of options, which is why so many people are finding it difficult to secure relationships or even gain access to them in the first place. Personally, I think that everyone should get off the apps and make the best effort to interact with the people that you encounter on a daily basis, whether it be at the gym, the laundromat, the store, the park, whatever the scenario may be. I think we should make the best effort to make those experiences and those interactions meaningful.
Damn, you fine as hell. Hey yo, think I can get you?
Oh my god, bro. Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man?
I think that it's normal for us to acknowledge the things that we perceive as valuable and then try to qualify ourselves for that thing. Now, you always want to apply logical thinking to your thought process and actions, but there will always be somebody better than you on paper. So shoot your shot. I guess the only thing worse than a simp is a simp with disposable income. No wonder we're in a hoflation crisis.
People will ask what it's like to date in New York City. These are real things that have been said to me on a first date. First is my favorite. Someone said to me one time that it is harder to be a single male in New York City than it is to be a single female in New York City. To this, I replied, that's really interesting. Have you ever shared your location with a friend before a first date?
Yes.
Have you ever shared your Uber ride location with a friend so that they knew, like, when you get picked up and dropped off?
I always drive my own car.
Have you ever been genuinely afraid that someone was going to murder you on a first date?
Yes, that's why we choose publicly centered meeting areas and venues. Yet another grown woman with an illogical argument on the male experience when it comes to dating. Yes, we may be on average physically superior to women. However, we fear for our safety just like any other human being would. And contrary to what you might believe, men do take precautions, especially when we're meeting strange women from the internet. Her intent is to be blatantly dismissive to the male experience by suggesting that the scenarios that she described are exclusive only to women and men aren't subjected to those same scenarios, which I think is quite disingenuous.
I don't know if I'm freely ugly compared to the competition on Hinge. And I don't even swipe on people that are like out of my league. Unless I'm so delusional about what I look like, which I think is average. I sent likes to a whole bunch, like 30 people. And when I tell you, not a single one has matched me. And I'm just wondering, I did just re-download it. Is this like a new feature? Because it was bad, but it was never this bad for me. Like, is it because I'm 27?
Okay, so this woman is starting to question her value in the dating market because the validation that she expected hasn't been reciprocated back to her. Also, she mentioned that she's 27 years old. Now, this is typically the age that women start to quote unquote require higher standards. But the men that meet those standards are rare and highly sought after, which means for an average looking 27-year-old woman, she can be easily outcompeted by younger, more attractive women.
I would wait 6 dates if I were a woman before sleeping with a guy. And it's the perfect filter. Anyone who's made it past 6 dates, he's in it for the long run.
Now, this may come down to the frequency of the dates and some other factors, but personally for me, 6 dates in and nothing has happened, I would start to question her physical desire for me. Now, I'm not saying that she doesn't like me, she doesn't like my personality, whatever the case is. Like, she can like you and like your personality, but the physical desire component is very important. And I would start to question that 6 dates in.
It's easy to get super excited and think something's going well and you're untouchable, but always pull back a little. And
when you're with somebody you're really interested in versus just kind of, how do you feel like your approach is different?
My game is a million times better if I'm not interested.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know. You get nervous, you get self-conscious, you lose self-confidence.
The moment you start caring about the thing.
Oh yeah. Not that my game is very good to start out with, but once you're into a girl, it's free fall.
That's the reason why sometimes I think I might be single forever. I'm just gonna mess it up.
I think that if your pursuit is casual relationships and you're not looking for anything committed or serious, then yes, use all the game in the world, because game is something that you tend to have to tailor to multiple people based on who you're dealing with, so on and so forth. However, but if you're looking for something serious, then I think the fundamentals of your interaction need to be genuine and authentic. Less game, more authenticity when you're looking for commitment. But if it's casual, go crazy. Use all the game in the world. But whatever your intent, you should be upfront about it. Okay, guys, that's it for this one. Thank you for watching this far. If you like the video, please hit the like button and share. If you'd like to subscribe. Until next time.